What if the reason you haven't solved your biggest, most draining problem in your life right now is because you are working way too hard to fix it? I know it sounds irresponsible. As moms, we're programmed to believe that if we don't give all of our time and attention to it, then everything will fall apart. But let me show you what happens when we let go of the pressure. Because sometimes this constant aggressive fixing is the exact thing that's keeping us stuck in our deepest challenges.
Hi, my name's Krista, and welcome to Moms Simply Thriving, a channel focused on helping busy moms thrive daily with greater ease and less effort.
So last summer, my family and I went camping up in the mountains to a place we'd never been before. And it was really fun. We had a great time. But unfortunately, we brought home some uninvited guests. I don't know if you've ever heard of Phorid flies before. I hadn't. And they seem harmless at first. They're tiny and small, just like little gnats or fruit flies, and they don't even sting or bite. So when we saw them around our food at camp, we didn't think anything of it. We didn't even think anything of it when we got home and found some of these flies in our camping gear. We just figured they'd die off like any other bug. Well, within a week, these flies were everywhere in our home. We couldn't get rid of them. We learned that they nest in sink drains and they multiplied lightning fast. It was insane how quickly they spread to our entire home. We killed them, we trapped them, we poured Drano down our drains, we poured hot soapy water, we used traps, we did everything that we could to try to eliminate these pests, and nothing worked. And it was really, really discouraging. I'll be honest, I've never felt so invaded in all my life. And I was frustrated and I felt powerless against these tiny little bugs. It was unbelievably frustrating. Well, after several weeks of this, we had a trip coming up. And I was concerned because I felt really uncomfortable leaving our home with such a disaster inside. But after thinking about it, we realized that maybe this could be a blessing. Because if we're not constantly using our sinks and eating food and filling up our trash can, which is what attracts them, maybe if we actually kill the source, maybe they won't come back. So, what we did was we got a special biochemical enzyme cleaner and I poured it down every single drain and shower in our home. And then I closed each drain individually so that any remaining bugs in there couldn't escape. And then we made sure the house was spotless. The counters were scrubbed, clean, and dry. There was no garbage in the house, and all of our food was securely and safely stored away. And we set up these sticky traps all over our house, especially by the sinks, with some apple cider vinegar and decaying fruit inside that would really attract them, and then they would get stuck. And we really hoped that this would help trap all of them and prevent the new ones from nesting. So I did that and I walked out of the house. And I'll admit, it felt really good to mentally let go of all of the emotion and all of that frustration that I had been feeling for several weeks. And when we got back 5 days later, the traps were full, the flies were gone, the problem was finally over. It was such a blessing, and I was so relieved. And this reminded me of an important parallel in our lives. Oftentimes, when we encounter a challenge or a problem as a mom, we feel like we have to give all of our time and attention to it. We have to dedicate time, effort, and space to overcoming this problem and to fixing it. It's really difficult to leave something alone and trust that it will go away on its own. It doesn't feel practical, right? Well, I think sometimes we underestimate the power that is on our side. We underestimate how much life is supporting us in our challenges, especially as moms. And what I've discovered time and time again is that when I let go of the fear or the worry or the panic, oftentimes a spark idea will hit me in the middle of the night, or while I'm driving kids to school, or maybe even while I'm in a conversation with a friend or a neighbor. So often, the solution will come to mind when we let go of the worry and when we go about our day with optimism and hope. What I do know is that answers and blessings come in times of stillness, in times when we're not overly worried and overly stressed. So let me ask you, what are you over scrubbing in your life? What feels impossible to solve? And where in your life could you leave the sink alone, walk away for 5 days, or even 5 minutes and trust in the process? Please let me know in the comments below. I hope this story has been valuable for you. And if it has, please share it with another mom who could use it. And as always, feel free to subscribe for more weekly encouragement like this. And I wish you all an effortless day.